Hi guys, Righteous Rama back again with another dose of truth for the day. I'm going to share with you all a quote that I put in my book, Gaslit, Escaping the Narcissist Pit by Righteous Rama. That's my pen name. The quote is this. It's not my quote, but it's a quote I put in my book. A relationship should be your happy place, not where you beg your partner to act right. I think the person's name is Stapleton. A relationship, this thing Stapleton made this quote. A relationship should be your happy place, not where you beg your partner to act right. How do you beg? Please stop cheating on me. Please stop beating on me. Please stop threatening to leave me. Please stop yelling at me. Please stop cursing at me. Please stop throwing stuff at me. Stop pinching and punching and scratching and pulling and pushing and tugging and punching and slapping, kicking me like, what? That's not a relationship. Think about the word relationship. Think about relating. You want to relate to somebody in a good way. You don't want to be just arguing all the time, fuss and fight. You want to relate to each other. Like we relate very well. We relate on this. We relate on this. We want to have a good relationship, not a fiction of fighting a combat. You're not in a combat ship. You're in a relationship, okay? And if you find yourself in combat with your partner, you're not in a relationship. You're in a bad place. You're in a very dangerous place. I want you to think of it this way, you all. I like when I get metaphors from God about how things should work, okay? So, on Earth, we have different climates. We have different, temperatures. We have very cold temperatures, like you go the Arctic, the Arctic or the Antarctica, the tundra, Siberia. You go to the really cold place and you have the deserts, which is really hot and dry. You have the rainforest and all the things. And so when you're in a very cold place, you tend to have to put on a whole bunch of protection. And I want you to know if you're in a toxic relationship, in a narcissistic relationship. Do you find yourself constantly in layers of protection? So let's say you live in a tundra, an ice cold tundra. It's like 30 degrees below Fahrenheit. And what do you need when you're in freezing cold temperatures? You need a lot of protection to protect your delicate flesh, your nerve endings, your extremities. So you need gloves or mittens. You need scarves for your neck. You need hats for your head. You need snow boots, and you need underclothes. You need like 3 pair of socks under your boots. I don't want to relate to the earth that way. If you find yourself relating to the earth, and some people, they're just used to it because their generations come from there. Like generations of people who came, like Eskimos or the Inuit people, they come from this. They just used to being in cold weather all the time. They can't take baths. The kids can't run out and feel the sun on their skin. They just live on ice and this is how they live. I don't want to relate to the world that way. I don't want to relate relationship to the world in the way of I'm protecting myself against the world I live in. I want to be, you see how my skin is out, my arms are out, my neck is out, my hands are out. I want to relate to the world in a way where I can feel God's beautiful creation on my skin. I don't want to wear layers of coats and jackets, and I don't want to relate to the world that way. I want to feel warm rays of sun on my skin. I want to feel cool breezes on a hot day. I want to feel the sun beaming down on my skin. I want to feel the water looking up on my skin if I go play on the beach or something like that, or go to the lake. I want to relate to the world in a beautiful way. But some of you all are like how people live in the tundra, how people live in igloos. You have to, every time you come home, every time you answer a phone call from your man call you. Next phone call from my man, I'm like this. I'm like, hey, I'm just super excited. I'm open. I'm super excited. I'm vulnerable because I know I'm safe. Some of y'all answer the phone for your man, and I used to go through this with some of my exes. You say that number on the phone, your heart just start beating. Hoping you do something wrong. Oh, I didn't answer the phone call. Oh, I got a missed call from him. I didn't answer his call. He's going to be mad at me. He's going to fuss at me. He going to think I'm cheating on him. He's going to ask me where my location is. He's going to ask me where I've been. You shouldn't feel fear when you come home. When you see your lover's or your husband's lights go across the blinds or the windows in your home, do you feel a strike of fear in your heart like, he's home? Clear up, kids. Go to bed. Be quiet. The other kids disperse to their bedrooms and hide because daddy's come home from the bar drunk. You don't want to relate to the world that way. You don't have to put up berries and I'm sorry, baby, and it's right. I'm sorry, the food's not ready yet, and I'm sorry the kids made a mess in the house. I'm sorry they're not sleeping yet. You don't want to relate to the word like that. You want to relate to the word in a happy, positive. You want to relate. You want to feel beauty. You want to feel beautiful things. You want to be safe. Talking about combat ship, people who are in combat, people who are in active duty in combat, in wars and battles. That makes sense for them to have a whole bunch of protection on them, weapons and bulletproof vests and helmets and all the things. And like Romans had the shields and the bucklers and all the things, and it makes sense when you're in combat, when you're fighting against an enemy that's trying to destroy you or your country. But you're laying in the bed with the person. You got to have your shield up, your guard up, your protection. You got to you see with a knife under your pillow. You got to order protection. You shouldn't live life like that's not how you should relate to the world. Anything that causes you to be fearful or unsafe, you should develop a plan to leave that person. I know for women who are abusive men, it's the most dangerous time to leave a man is when you're the deadliest time for a woman is when she should leave a man. So it's not as easy as to get up and leave like in one day. You have to make up a plan. You need to go ahead and start saving up some financial resources. From what I hear, this is from what I've heard. You got to start saving up some financial resources. Contact some shelters, get some order protections, and you may even have to go across the other side of the country and change your name, change your whole identity. Get your kids out of school one day when they're at work. You got to move all your stuff out when the man's at work when he's on vacation or something like that on a long trip. It's dangerous for some women to leave men because sometimes men will try to delete the woman and the children and himself. But if you're not at that point yet where it's like that type of dangerous, if you see just little signs this person's a little controlling, a little possessive, before it gets to that point where you cannot leave easily, you need to go ahead and say, I shouldn't be in a relationship where I'm always like in fear. Like, if somebody pick up the phone, I'm like, if somebody come near me, I'm just like, you should be open. You should be safe. You should be scrambling when your husband come home. I'm sorry, baby. You shouldn't be scrambling. You shouldn't be nervous when he call. Your heart shouldn't beat at your chest when he calls unless you're like in love. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be, if somebody say something to you, you got a defense against him. Why you wear your hair like that? Oh, because I thought you like this. I didn't really like it like this. I'll just wear it like this for now. I don't want to wear this hair again. I won't wear it again. I'll change it tomorrow. Always on the defense. Always in protection mode. Women, especially, we should be in our femininity. When women are safe, we are extremely feminine. When you are with a real man, a good man, a safe man, you will be very feminine. You become like a little girl again. You be just giddy and blushing and smiling and just frolicking. And when you're with your husband, your man, who's a good man, you just walk through the mall in your own little world, just carefree in your own little world. But if you're with a bad person, you're always on edge. You're always excited. You're always like on edge, on pins and needles, walking on eggshells. That's not how you should live. If you're doing that, you're not in a relationship. You're in a combat ship. You're in a dangerous, freezing, ice cold territory. And you don't want to go through life wearing a big winter coat, gloves, hat, scarves, and face and ski mask. Who wants to go through life wearing a ski mask in a loving relationship? You want to have fun. You want to laugh like you did when you were 4 years old, laugh, having a good time, laughing, playing, joking, teasing with each other, having a good time. I want that for you guys. I want y'all to have a good, happy, safe relationship. You can be your full self. Not just be your worst self, but be like your best version. Become your best version of yourself while being your real self. And you just feel safe and happy. I want that for you guys. I know how it is when you're not feeling safe. You got to change yourself. And you got to always defend your choices. And you got to always combat. But then when you say something, you got to defend your position. You got to always combat it, argue with them all the time. And they want to prove who's right, who's wrong. And some of y'all have been through like physical abusive relationships. That's not what God wants for you. And that's not what I want for you. I want you to be happy. I want you to be as happy as you want your happiest child to be. Free, happy, frolicking, smiling, laughing, enjoying, creating, being, becoming, growing, thriving. Not just surviving, not just eggshells walking like this on edge. I want you to be relaxed and feminine and just be comfortable. And it can only happen when you're with a real man in a safe person, in safe environments. Thank you all for watching my video. Please buy my book on Amazon or Kindle. Bye.